Welcome to another SVG Sports Tech On Demand interview. We are very excited to have Ian McDonough, CEO of Blackbird, joining us. Ian, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks, Jason. It's a real pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So you guys came out with a really interesting report just recently, and obviously sustainability is a major topic, both within our industry and across the board in every industry, but especially with what Blackbird does in terms of cloud-based video editing. I'm sure that sustainability is something that's always on your mind in terms of, not traveling as much and not moving resources around. So tell me a little bit about this video shouldn't cost the earth report and what the findings were.
Sure. Yeah, Jason. As we come out of the COVID world and those emergencies and those issues that we were having to deal with over the last 12 months start to recede, we hope, into the background a little bit. We wanted to look at the biggest crisis that we think faces the world today, which is the climate crisis and the fact that carbon emissions are ever growing and causing potential problems causing problems for us and causing potential problems for our kids. So we looked at Blackbird and compared ourselves in the industry. We always knew we were green. Our very much our whys are based around efficiency. And that efficiency is really around the Earth's resources. We're very efficient on time, on cost, on power, because of the way we're architected. But we didn't know how efficient we were. So we got an external consultant, Green Element, to come in and do a study for us. And the differences were quite stark. We looked at a 2-week tennis event, as we're a Wimbledon-based company. We looked at a local championships of ours, you might have heard of, and looked at how the video editing portion of that might differ across different workflows. So we looked at on-premise, we looked at cloud-based, and we looked at cloud and native. And I have to say, in terms of those differences, the cloud native came out around 91% more carbon efficient than the on-premise, which was the most polluting. But even the cloud-based, we were 83% more efficient than the cloud-based one. And that is because in the cloud-based one, a lot of it is just lift and shift, where what happens on-premise has been put into the cloud, and you're, rather than spending money on travel, you're spending money on data centers and data transfer, etc.
Sure. Right. And because it's going to happen one place or the other. So you're just transporting pollution to a different area, right?
Yeah, it's true. But with the way that we're architected, you're not transporting the high res around. You're only moving the Blackbird version of it around, which is very low latency and can be done with very little power and very little carbon footprint. Very
cool. Well, again, it's going to be a huge initiative moving forward in the years to come, and hopefully more companies act like you guys have, because there's obviously a cost benefit to this in addition to just doing the right thing for the planet.
There absolutely is. I think there's an absolute cost benefit. There's a time benefit. In some cases, there's a considerable performance benefit and a convenience benefit, because it means that people can work from anywhere on any kind of low-powered laptop or low-powered bandwidth connection. So there's lots of reasons to do this, and it's not just about our consciences or the environment. It can increase the productivity and the cost effectiveness as well.
Sure, absolutely. Well, very cool project, but you guys have a lot of exciting things going on. I know that at SVG we've been running plenty of news about some projects and customer wins you guys are working on. So what's up with Blackbird lately? What are some of the highlights from you guys?
Yeah, well, thank you very much. We had a few announcements recently that have been very exciting. In the world of sport, we recently did the Lake Tahoe event for the NHL and extended our contract with the NHL for multi-year, which is brilliant. We also announced a big partnership with EVS, and for EVS, I'm not allowed to say the names of the events that are happening in the summer or the summer this year and the winter next year, but needless to say, they're very prestigious tournaments, and we'll be working on those with EVS. And then we just recently announced a tie-up with BT. So it's been really fantastic building our footprint in the US. But my family never, don't know about all the things that we're doing in the US. But now it's BT. My son can really enjoy it. My kids can really appreciate that when he's watching Liverpool, as he is tonight on BT, that Blackbird's at the heart of it, which is brilliant.
Well, that customer win to impress your son, that's enough to validate it, I'm sure. So, and I'm sure there's more news coming down the line, and keep us in the loop on all the sustainability efforts that you guys are working on as we deal with climate change. But that's for next time. For now, Ian, thanks so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it, and stay well.
Thanks, Jason.